The following production illustrates a simulated counseling session. This is a practice exercise. The sole purpose of this production is the demonstration of individual counseling technique by a pre-service school counselor enrolled in the online Masters of Education in School Counseling program at Salem College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In this crisis session, Avery, a junior in high school, has experienced the death of a friend's brother by suicide. She has never experienced death in her life, so she has been experiencing some negative side effects. Avery, I hear that you've had a friend pass away. I'm so sorry to hear that. Tell me as much as you feel comfortable about what happened.
Well, Jordan is my best friend, and she called me the other night, and she told me that her brother Matthew had taken his own life, and we just spent so much time together because we went on vacations, and, you know, I was with her family so much, and it's like Matthew was like my own brother, and I know she's just so upset, and I just can't seem to shake the feeling of shock.
Avery, I'm so sorry to hear that you and your friend have had to face that together. It seems like Matthew had experienced a lot of depression, and sometimes people struggling with depression just don't see another way out. But I think together we can make you feel better, and we can come up with ways to help you cope with the feeling of loss that you're experiencing.
I just want to feel better, and I can't seem to shake this. I'm just absolutely traumatized.
Well, let's see what we can do. Avery, what have you done so far to help yourself feel better? Does spending time with friends help? Does exercise help? Does talking about Matthew help at all?
Well, recently I've been visiting a youth group at the Jordan, and I think we both like being there together, but it only makes us feel better for that hour that we're there.
Well, that's great, Avery. I'm happy to hear that you two have found something that helps you feel better. Is there something that you and Jordan can maybe do to help prolong that satisfaction?
I don't know. I mean, we regularly go, so I think we just need to find something that works longer.
Well, let's see. In a perfect scenario, how would you work through this loss?
I just want to feel better faster. I want to go through this with Jordan, and she's my best friend, so I want to help her, and I think if she felt better, it'd make me feel better because she's more upset than anyone.
Sounds like you're a great friend. I want to give you a little bit of homework for the next time we meet. You girls, between you and Jordan, you can do this together. I want you to start journaling. You could write about how you're feeling, or you could write a letter to Jordan, or you could write a letter to Matthew if there was anything left unsaid that you want to get down onto paper. And I just think that this would be a huge release, getting all of those feelings and thoughts down onto paper. How does that sound?
Well, I really do love to write, and I think that would really help, and I may talk to Jordan, and maybe she would want to do it too.
That sounds like a good plan. Be sure to bring that journal next time so you can share it with me. And I hope that makes you cope a little bit better. Feel free to come by anytime between now and next week if you want to talk about anything. I'm really impressed with how strong you're being with Jordan. You're a really great friend to her. So tell me, if you had to rate your sadness on a scale of 1 to 10 at the beginning and the end of our meeting, what would your scores be?
Well, at the beginning, definitely a 10, but now I'm at maybe a 6.
That's progress. We will keep working on that. Some days will be better than others.
Well, thank you, Miss Bullard. I'll see you next week, if not sooner.
That sounds good, Avery. Thanks for coming to see me today. A week or so after this meeting, I would meet with Avery again as a follow-up, just to see what has changed in her life and see what she has written in her journal. Following this, I would also like to discuss different coping strategies with Avery, simply to give her strategies that are long-term and effective. The preceding has been a simulated counseling session. The names and identities of the individuals portrayed are fictional. I certify that the individuals appearing in the have authorized the release of this taped session in writing for the purpose of peer review, education, and consultation. Individuals with questions or concerns may contact the Salem College Department of Education at www.salem.edu. The following production illustrates a simulated counseling interview. This is a practice exercise. The sole purpose of this production is a demonstration of individual counseling technique by a pre-service school counselor enrolled in the online Masters of Education in School Counseling program at Salem College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In this involuntary session, Avery, a junior in high school, has been referred to me by her parents. They are concerned at her level of disrespect following their separation. They have given up talking sense into Avery.
But Miss Bullard, coming in here is so pointless and dumb. My parents don't know what they're talking about. They're so wrapped up in their own little drama that I'm shocked they've even noticed me.
Avery, I completely get that you don't want to be here, but your parents have expressed some concern, so let's see what we can do to make your home situation just a little bit better, okay?
You can't help. It's impossible.
Well, let's try. Let's start with you telling me what's been happening at home.
Well, my parents have recently separated and they're being so selfish and childish. They're only worrying about how it is affecting them.
Well, how is it affecting you? Like, what are your thoughts on this whole thing?
It's just frustrating because they haven't been including me in any of the decisions and arrangements. I don't care so much that they're separating, but that they don't care about how it makes me feel.
So, have you talked to them about this?
Heck no, I haven't spoken to them since they told me.
Well, are you willing to talk to them? Maybe we can invite them to come speak with the both of us, especially since you've been so frustrated with them. Maybe it'll make communication a little bit easier to have me here.
Maybe we can talk to them together. If they'll come, I probably can't have a normal conversation with them right now just because I'm so frustrated.
Well, I think this will help. Even if they don't change their behavior, they'll at least kind of understand where you're coming from. Is that something that you want?
Absolutely. They can get separated. I just want them to keep me in mind.
Avery, that's absolutely understandable. Let's plan on that and I can contact your parents and schedule a meeting.
Okay, well, I guess that's fine.
Okay, that sounds good. So before we wrap up, I want to ask you how you're feeling about this meeting that we're planning. On a scale of 0 being completely dreading this meeting and 10 being super happy about it, where do you fall on that?
I guess like a 5. Better than I was feeling, but I'm still so unsure if this is actually going to work.
Well, that sounds like progress to me. Let's see how that meeting goes and we can just go from there. I really appreciate you coming in, Avery, and I'll give your parents a call to schedule that meeting. If you would like, it may help to jot down some thinking points so you can make sure you get all of your thoughts out during our meeting.
Sounds good. Just let me know when the meeting is and I'll be ready.
Immediately following this meeting, I would contact Avery's parents to set up a time to meet. Time is of the essence, so Avery can get back and her family can come back together. I would also like to make myself available to Avery before her parent meeting, just in case she needs help coming up with talking points for the meeting. The proceeding has been a simulated counseling session. The names and identities of the individuals portrayed are fictional. I certify that the individuals appearing in the video have authorized the release of this taped session in writing for the purpose of peer review, education, and consultation. Individuals with questions or concerns may contact the Salem College Department of Education at www.salem.edu. The following production illustrates a simulated counseling interview. This is a practice exercise. The sole purpose of this production is the demonstration of individual counseling technique by a pre-service school counselor enrolled in the online Masters of Education in School Counseling program at Salem College in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. In this consultative session, Avery, a junior in high school, has come to see me about her brother developing a drug addiction. In this session, I will discuss with her some ways to cope with this as a sibling. I will also provide her with resources for support groups.
So, my brother has been struggling with a drug addiction for the past couple weeks now. I've just lost all hope for him, and I can't help him as a sister anymore.
I'm really sorry to hear that you've been struggling with this, Avery. I understand that you and your brother have a really close relationship. So what have been your thoughts about his addiction?
I just don't know what to do to help him. And even though I'm angry with him, I still want to show him that I love him and I'm here for him. What am I supposed to do?
Well, there are resources that I can share with you that may guide you in helping your brother a little bit. But first, I want you to not blame yourself. I know you all are close, but you can't control the decisions that he makes. My goal for you is to not get too wrapped up in his addiction and the impacts of his actions, because you are in a critical time in your schooling. You're a junior and you need to stay on track. We pair with the local Narcotics Anonymous organization that provides support groups for families of addicts. So what do you think about maybe going to one of those meetings?
I may try that. Is there something for just people my age? I think I would feel more comfortable with that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a very small group here at school of students who have a parent or a sibling struggling with addictions. All of the school counselors run it, so there are multiple adults to facilitate the meetings. Do you think that would be a little bit more appropriate for you?
Yeah, but what about my parents?
I'm more than willing to meet with your parents, and they can come in and speak with me on how to navigate this time, but also how to continue interacting with you normally. But I really want to focus on you right now and how we can get you back to a good place.
Yeah, I'd like to include them in a private meeting, and I would also like to visit with the support group here at school.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Myself and the other school counselors and social worker will put together a permission slip form for you, and once we get that back from your parents, then we will let you know the date for the next meeting. Ava, I really think this is going to be great for you, and I really appreciate the strength and positivity that you've shown so far.
Thank you. I just really want to be a strong and supportive person for my brother.
We can work on that together. I will keep in touch with you about the support group, and we can also set up a time to meet with Mom and Dad too. I'll just talk to you soon about all of that, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Following this session with Avery, I would like to get the permission slip for her parents as soon as possible so she can get started with the school support group. Following the support group, I would like to meet with Avery again privately and see what she thinks about the group and see what she got out of it. If she doesn't feel like it's for her, then we can start over and find something that may work better for her. The proceeding has been a simulated counseling session. The names and identities of the individuals portrayed are fictional. I certify that the individuals appearing in the video have authorized the release of this taped session in writing for the purpose of peer review, education, and consultation. Individuals with questions or concerns may contact the Salem College Department of Education at www.salem.edu.